Fox Business Network.
When this caravan came in, and this is a caravan of a lot of people coming in this case from Honduras, if it reaches our border, our laws are so weak and so pathetic. We have no border because we had Obama make changes. President Obama made changes that basically created no border. The laws that were created by Democrats are so pathetic and so weak.
That's President Donald Trump yesterday commenting, but look at this news breaking today. He did direct the National Guard to protect the southern border of the country. Homeland Security Secretary announcing it moments ago. Watch.
The president has directed the National Guard personnel be deployed to the southern border. The Department of Defense, as you know, has long supported the efforts of DHS to protect our nation's borders. This includes ongoing counter-narcotic missions, infrastructure construction, persistent surveillance operations training, and aerial support throughout the Western Hemisphere. The Department of Defense is a longtime partner of the Department of Homeland Security, and I thank them for their support. While plans are being finalized, it's our expectation that the National Guard will deploy personnel in support of CBP's border security mission. It will take time to have the details in place, but we are beginning today and we are moving quickly.
Okay, this goes right into the heart of a debate the media is now having over the military stepping in on domestic security, whether that violates laws. The Pentagon is in talks with the White House over border security. The U.S. military currently provides a lot of support, including jets, ships, drones. Look at this. The Navy seized 250 tons of cocaine last year, for example. The Army does fly drones for patrolling the border. The Army Corps of Engineers working on fortifying the border fencing. Let's take it up with former Air Force Assistant Vice Chief of Staff. He's retired Lieutenant General Thomas McInerney. Good to see you, General.
Good to see you, Liz.
So what about this debate that we've got the military stepping in on domestic security issues and that could violate the law? Your reaction?
Well, it doesn't violate the law. Posse comitatus, it looks at only active duty troops. The governors have authority, as does the president, with National Guard troops. They are not part of posse comitatus. And it's the right thing to do, which is the most important thing, Liz.
Okay, now we've got the National Guard already on their way, according to the Homeland Secretary. Again, will that fly with Congress? Do you see any problems with Congress saying, wait a second, you can't do that?
No, I do not. There'll be those on the Hill that in Congress that will try to say that, but I don't think it's going to be a problem because President Obama and President Bush 43 deployed National Guard troops at the border before, so it's precedent already been made.
You know, Trey Gowdy was on Fox Business earlier today, General. He said no country should apologize for having border integrity. He also said what's weaker than our own border security? People who illegally cross here only get charged with a misdemeanor, and it's only a felony if they reoffend. We've already got pretty weak border security, right?
In the words of the president, they're pathetic, Liz. We need to change them, and no one can say it better than Trey Gowdy.
All right, we've got Tucker Carlson. He really had a battle. He duked it out with Univision anchor Jorge Ramos. Tucker Carlson saying Mexico is pretty racist. Watch.
A country that exterminated its black population, that is run exclusively by white people, that had a caste system based on blood until pretty recently, probably shouldn't be calling us racist. Can we let's take that out of the equation. This is an economic argument about who benefits from migration. It's not really about race.
I don't think so. No, Topper. I think we should criticize both countries. If there's discrimination in Mexico, and there's a lot of discrimination, we have to say that.
There were two black Mexicans just deported from Mexico because they were black to countries they'd never been to. That's what it's like to be African American in Mexico. Good luck with that. So let's just stop with the race stuff.
There's a lot of racism in Mexico. There's a lot of racism in Mexico, but immigration is simply a matter of supply and demand, and we have to understand it's an economic phenomenon.
Okay, so the point here is about what is really going on in Mexico, General. I mean, we've got this caravan. It's now in southern Mexico, headed to the United States. It seems to be a manufactured crisis that's being pushed by leftist groups. Mexico, the fact remains, it does have much stronger border policies than the U.S. Mexico jails and deports rapidly. I mean, but does Mexico really want this caravan controversy, sir?
I don't think they want to, because the president's going to tie it to NAFTA and other issues. And I think that the president is doing the exact right thing to highlight it, get focus on it. The American people do not want it, Liz. And I think that Tucker did a brilliant job with Jorge. And anytime the left, like members like Jorge, are losing, they immediately jump into the racist argument. That's their solution. Everything's racist. Yeah. And the fact is he lost the merits of his argument, and Tucker was spot on.
General, it's so good to see you. Thanks for coming on. Come back soon. We love having you on.
Thanks, Liz.
Okay.